Tip number 5, avoid alcohol 3 hours before sleep. Now, alcohol, a lot of people think, is a soporific or a sleep-inducing chemical, and it will help you fall asleep. So it does help you fall asleep, alcohol. The problem is that alcohol gets metabolized, and when it's no longer in your system, which will happen about the middle of the night, you can have a mini withdrawal. You might actually wake up and remember it, or you might not even notice it. But that mini withdrawal does happen nevertheless, and it interferes with the sleep quality you're going to get. So although it helps with falling asleep, alcohol damages the quality of sleep that you'll get and leads to nighttime awakenings. Tip number 6, practice wind down time or bedtime ritual 1 hour before sleep. What I do to achieve this goal is 1 hour before I go to bed, I put my phone on the other side of my bedroom, put on Bluetooth headphones, turn out the lights, put on an audiobook, and set a sleep timer for 1 hour so that the audiobook shuts off at my bedtime as I'm drifting off to sleep. I don't have to get up to turn it off. In fact, often I can barely stay awake until it shuts itself off. What I was doing before this was the same bedtime ritual, listening to an audiobook, but with the cell phone in my hand, listening to the audiobook. And what I would be doing in this setup was checking my bank balance, checking the weather, browsing Amazon, looking for my next audiobook on Audible, checking my email. I was doing everything but listening to the audiobook that was playing. And before I knew it, I was lost, not knowing what was going on in the story because I was fidgeting on my smartphone and I was not able to go to sleep at my bedtime. So I realized that with the cell phone across the room, that would be the only way I'd be able to avoid using it. The only way for me to get to bed at the time I wanted to was not to be on the phone within an hour before sleep. The same may be true for you, but I highly recommend this practice. I've noticed that it's not so important what your ritual is, than that it doesn't involve looking at a screen. It might be listening to music. It might be listening to an audiobook. It might be taking a hot bath. But if it gets you on a screen and gets your mind racing, then it's not going to be helpful for getting to sleep. You need something to wind down in the hour before sleep. You can't expect your body to just turn off like a light switch.